I am absolutely convinced that men don't actually want relationships. Like, men want their lives as is.
And guess what? You'd be 100% correct in assuming that, because we're done. We're walking away. You see, we've adopted what women have been preaching for the last 50 years. We don't need women. We can take care of ourselves. There's nothing to be gained by being in a relationship. So after 50 years of hearing that used against us, now we've adopted it. And all of a sudden you're upset about it. I'm not sure why. We're just simply following your lead. You got what you wanted. Let's enjoy it.
Dating. It's just so fun, right? You get to spend hours crafting the perfect online profile, swipe through endless potential matches, and then get ghosted by all of them. And don't forget the joy of awkward small talk over drinks with a stranger who may or may not be a serial killer. Truly, it's a magical experience. But society tells us that dating is awesome, that finding the one will make our lives complete. Happy wife, happy life, am I right? And married life is just a non-stop parade of unicorns and rainbows. Except, of course, when it's not. Because let's face it, dating is a bullshit game. It's a never-ending cycle of disappointment, rejection, and disappointment again. And just when you think you found someone worth sticking around for, they turn out to be a complete nightmare. But hey, at least you have some good stories to tell your therapist, right? Dating, according to Wikipedia, it's a stage of romantic relationships where two people engage in activities together, such as awkward conversations and trying to decide who should pay for dinner. It's like a job interview, but with more anxiety and less chance of getting hired. And don't forget about the cultural differences in dating, because what's more romantic than accidentally offending someone with your lack of knowledge about their customs? It's a real mood setter. But despite all the joys of dating, so many men are giving up and declaring, it's not worth it. Can you blame them? Who wants to spend their evenings swiping through a never-ending stream of potential matches, only to be met with crickets? Maybe these men have finally realized that being single and mastering the art of takeout is a much better use of their time. Or maybe they're just tired of the endless games and drama that seem to come with dating. Either way, I'll keep this video brief, because let's be real. If you're watching this, you're probably procrastinating on swiping through your dating app of choice. But hey, at least you can take comfort in the fact that you're not alone in your dating struggles. We're all in this together. Let's talk about dating, shall we? First and foremost, let's acknowledge that there is absolutely zero benefit to this whole charade. The amount of time and effort required to find a suitable partner is equivalent to the amount of time it takes for a sloth to climb a tree. And we all know how that ends. Not to mention the ridiculous expectations placed on men, from initiating conversations to making first date plans to paying for meals. And women, they just have to show up and pretend to be interested. What a deal. No wonder so many guys are opting to hang out with Pamela Anderson instead. I mean, who needs the hassle of dating when you can just stare at a poster of a Baywatch babe all day? But let's not forget about the financial burden of dating, especially if you plan on eating out. Suddenly, that $200 bill in New York City is looking like a bargain compared to the emotional toll of being ditched mid-date and stuck with a tab. And don't even get me started on the female tendency to exaggerate their attractiveness. I mean, sure, she said she was 5'5" and 130 pounds in her dating profile, but in reality, she's more like 5'3" and 220 pounds. That's like ordering a salad and getting a double cheeseburger. Not cool at all. The dating game. It can be a real pain in the ass, especially when women seem to have an overinflated sense of self-worth. I mean, sure, they might get 100 messages a day on dating apps, but let's be real. Most of them are only a 4 on a good day. They shouldn't expect to be treated like royalty just because they're getting attention from desperate guys. And speaking of desperate guys, if you're not tall, rich, or flashy, good luck getting any responses on those apps. It seems like women only care about satisfying their own desires these days. They've got this entitled attitude, thinking they deserve nothing less than the best. It's enough to make you want to give up on dating altogether. But let's not forget about Chad. You know, that guy in the top 1% who always seems to have the ladies swooning. It's not like the rest of us can compete with that. And thanks to the internet, he's even more of a threat. The most advanced male internet users are luring in all the ladies leaving the rest of us in the dust. Honestly, dating just feels like a bullshit game sometimes. Between the lies, the ghosting, and the flaking, who the hell has time for all that? I've tried doing it the right way, but all I get is screwed over. It's like making plans with someone is just asking for them to bail without a word. It's enough to make you want to throw your phone out the window. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.